Today we're working on beginning a tonal sphere drawing using colouring pencils. Please excuse the pot beside me, that's the only thing I could use for my stand. Firstly, you need to draw out your box measuring 11 centimetres by 11 centimetres. You can also, if you wish, print out the template and use that instead, or trace over it. It might be a good idea to trace over it or draw it yourself, as you will want to erase some of the pencil lines. Next, you need to get something circular to draw around, making sure that the circle will be the right size. I'm using this glass. Next, take your ruler and draw a slanted line. This will mark the floor and the background. I'm using this sheet as a reference. I can see the sphere and the colour tones that I'm going to use. For this video I am using orange, but it does look a little bit more yellow. So I'm starting out looking at my reference photo at all times, and I'm starting with the colour 314. I'm using my hue colours to begin with. I'm following the shape of the sphere. Watch as my hand goes around the sphere and follows the shape. It's not going up and down, but it's following the curve of the sphere. I'm also using circular motions as I apply my colouring pencil colour to the paper. So I'm using round circular motions as I go around the sphere. At this point, I've realised that my pencil lines may be a little bit dark. I'm going to use an eraser just to take away some of the pencil lines. After using my 314, I'm now going to start with my 309. I'm applying the same kind of pressure, a light layer. I'm also using circular motions, and I'm following the shape of the sphere. So I'm following around the curve of the sphere each time when I'm applying colour. I'm not moving up and down, but I'm following that curve. That's really important. Now I'm adding 383 on top of my 341 and my 309. Remember, I'm following the curve of the sphere, I'm using circular motions, and I'm layering the colour on top of each other. I'm going to now look at the darker tones of the sphere. I'm going to look at the right side of the sphere and underneath also. I'm starting to create a darker tone. I'm going to start with my 347 and begin to add my tone to it. Remember, I want to use my circular motions, following the shape of the sphere, and also layering the colour on top. Next colour on the list is 334. I'm going to begin to layer that on top of the 347 to create a darker tone. I'm back now to my hue colours, so 314, 309 and 383 to create this orange, deep orange colour. When I have that bit done, I begin to add another layer of my hue colours to the top of the sphere, trying to blend in the top and the bottom of the sphere together. The colours will look stronger if you layer them on top of each other more. So if you need to add an extra layer of the hue colours at any time, do so. Time to add the deepest colours now. So I'm going to start with my 345 and then go on to my 337. Looking back on this now, I may have gone too dark too quickly. It might have been better to go on to my next tone and start with 334 rather than skipping to my deepest tone for this section. After my 337, I move on with my 351 and then carry on to my 343, making a really deep kind of blue colour at the moment. I'm then going to come back with my hue colours to top it off and hopefully make an orange colour. I'm coming back in with my hue colours, and I'm continuing to go right over all of my sphere at the moment, leaving the top area clear to do my highlights. I want to continue to layer up the hue colours on top of the darker area and on top of the middle area, just to make sure that I've got an orange colour. It's time now to start with my highlighted area, and so I'm going to use my white, adding layers of white to the very centre. And in the centre of the highlight area, this is going to be the lightest. This is where I will add the least amount of hue colours, so 314, 309 and 383. I continue to use circular motions. I continue to follow the curve of the sphere to make this highlight look rounded, and so to make sure that the sphere looks like a ball rather than a flat circle. I continue to add my hue colours all the way until the very end. Once I have that finished and I'm happy with the way my sphere looks, I'm ready now to go on to the shadow and to the background.